Signs of repressed childhood trauma in adults. Repressed trauma. What's repressed? Hi guys, I am Toyin Okunuga. I'm the CEO of Hush to All, and the theme is releasing your inner child. It's about talking about the repressed trauma. And what repressed means is those memories that you've had as a child, because your brain has not been able to sort of like articulate what's gone on. Your brain really, as a child, cannot deal with such trauma. It suppresses the memories. So as a child, your memories are repressed. And that's why, as you're growing up as an adult, when you can better deal with a situation or actually try and comprehend with the traumatic experience you've had, they come up as memories that were repressed. And now as an adult, you're remembering. And that's why I would like to answer some of those questions where people say, why now? Why is this person turning up? And I believe strongly it's because those memories were repressed in you. You couldn't articulate, apart from the shock of the flight or freeze mode, you just couldn't articulate what was happening to you. So as an adult, you then feel, oh my gosh, powerless. You feel cheated. You feel, I was taken for granted. All these memories start to come back. And that's why they're called repressed childhood trauma. Because as a child, you have no idea how to bring these up. As an adult, it's coming back. And there's actually a lot of controversy to do with repressed memories. And that's because often the times they say when we come up with those memories, they might not be the truth. So some people might say they were abused, and then some of them might say, no, you have no recollection. So there's a lot of controversy regarding when adults turn up and say they were abused, and others will say, no, it's just some memories that you've formed, because repressed memories can work both ways. They can be memories that you're recalling or very scanty. So there's something that's called repressed therapy. So some therapists in the UK and all over the world, they try to bring back memories. It can be very difficult, can be very traumatic actually, to bring back those memories, but they try to do it in an organized way, in a quite a well-structured way, so that you're not fully traumatized. But repressed trauma is one of those things where people who don't know why adults turn up when they do need to understand why. It's because as a child, you can't comprehend. As an adult, it's beginning to come to you, and you feel anger, you feel frustration. And the signs of those the actual signs of repressed can be frustration, can be dissociating yourself. So as a child, you've dissociated yourself from the traumatic event anyway, so that you can get on with your day-to-day activities. So that is common. That happened to me. You just park it. You park that trauma until you're able to deal with it. Not like you're saying, okay, stay there, I'm not ready. No, your brain automatically goes into that mode of parking it, because we cannot go under traumatic events for so long, at a prolonged period, without running mad. So the limbic system has a way to put it in a place where you don't need to get to it. But then that's also being repressed. And as an adult, that's why people then come up. And then people say, why now? Why 5 years later? Why 10? Why 30? Why 40? You have to really understand the angle at which adults who have been traumatized in terms of adverse childhood experiences are coming from. It's the memories that have been repressed, weren't able to deal with as a child. As an adult, that's when you can now comprehend to some extent, and you feel cheated, you feel awful, and we really need to show empathy. It's one of those areas where, as I said, there's a lot of controversy, because you could bring up some things that people believe, no, it didn't happen, because it's so scanty. And people have to help you get to a place where you can remember those things that have been repressed, in you as a child, and you parked it to get on with life, and they help you to get it back. So the first thing really is, once you feel that you're getting to an area where you're recalling things, because sometimes it could be, some people have been abused as early as 2, and we know as a baby, 2, 3, 4, your brain is not even in that way. But as you grow, it's almost like having some sort of nightmare, like, oh my God, some flashbacks where you can't comprehend, but you can sort of feel, because you're a baby, you're a child, you can't even know whatever's happening. But as an adult, you have these sort of blurry visions of things happening to you, and that's where we need help. So anyone who knows someone who's dissociated, frustrated, often the times they just want to be on their own. But I'm not saying that's always the case, but it's good if you're the loved one to someone who's in that situation. We need to look for help. And as I said in so many other days, is we need to stop being ashamed to look for help, to seek help for our loved ones who've undergone traumatic events, and we can see signs that there's something not quite right with this person. We need to stop being ashamed and stop feeling guilty to look to seek help for our loved ones. It's crucial because it's affecting the whole society. We just really need to look out for each other, because this is a huge, huge problem in society. It's a silent killer. It's one of those hush, hush, don't talk about it. I am talking about it. I will talk about it a lot. And yes, my book talks about it even more. Yeah, it's one of those areas that I believe I've been ordained to talk about. Some people might not like it, but this is my niche. This is where I feel so well equipped to talk about, because those children out there who are going through something, I want it to stop, because I went through a lot of traumatic events. You'll see in my book, very dark, but very useful to know that I'm healing. I've healed from that traumatic experience. And I just want to bring others on board to heal too. We need to heal so we can stop the abuse, full stop. In families, in society, in communities, in churches, and everywhere. We need to stop the abuse. And we can only do that when we're fully healed. Yeah. So we can't try and help someone if we're not healed ourselves. And I've come to that area where I believe I'm healing, I've healed with different research, my spiritual growth. And I believe that training our brain to know we are in control is key. We can't keep thinking like we're in the past. If we know that we are in control of our brain, it helps a lot. And that's, I've started to do that. Even with relationships, it can be tough because, of course, your family or people you're close to don't get you. They feel you're a bit cuckoo talking about these things. Someone has to. We have to get to a place where we have to talk about these things. And it's a paradox, normalizing it, but making sure it's not normal, if you get my drift. So I want to get to an area where we talk about this thing, but we bring it to the open so we can cure it. So when I say normalizing it, I'm not saying that it's okay, obviously not. But what I'm saying is that we talk about it as though it's something that should be out there. Just like we talk about things that go wrong in society. If someone, God forbid, if someone kills someone, the murders that we hear, they're talked about openly. We need to talk about this openly now. We've got to stop hushing. We've got to roar. We've got to say, right, that's one sexual abuse, and that person will come forward, yes, I was. And we'll be comfortable with saying, yes, I was, because I need to heal now, and I need to bring the perpetrator to justice, and we need to start talking about it. We really do. Otherwise, if we've always done what we've always done, we'll always get what we've always got. And right now, I can't see changes in childhood trauma or abuse. So we need to get to a place where we say, no, we are not ashamed. And because of that, we will reveal to heal. That's the ultimate place I want to get to. And I want to get everyone on board to say, we need to reveal to heal. It will have to serve, it will be a deterrent. So those memories that are repressed, when they come up, will be more forthcoming. And people will help us to get there and bring back all those memories. Very painful, but with considerate help from the medical practitioners and therapists. Please don't be afraid and think you're going to a madhouse, because people put these terms on there to make them feel, oh, they're mad. No, They just need help. That's all I'm saying. So guys, that's my bit today. I'm going to read something from research from scientists. They say some experts, it's what I've just said, but just so you know that I'm not just speaking it from the top of my, I'm speaking about it from the top of my head. Some experts believe children who experience abuse or other trauma may not be able to create or access memories in the usual way. They have the memories of the event, but they may not recall them until they're older and better equipped to deal with the distress. So that's from a scientific point of view where a lot of research has been done. And this is the reason why people come 10, 20 years later and people will say, don't they just shut up what they're talking about? No. Repressed memories, repressed trauma. As a child, you can't deal with it. As an adult, you're beginning to, you know, the neurons in your brain are fired together, wired together, and they're forming new connections. And those memories that were stored are beginning to come back that were repressed. And the signs are frustration and irritation and loneliness, feel a feeling of abandonment. So we need to help our loved ones, guys. So yes, that's my little message for today. So yeah, I want us all to get there. Your inner child has a voice. Don't suppress it, especially if you know someone who's undergone it and you want them to hush. The body takes it in and it becomes a disease. So don't suppress it. Let it roar to heal.